Yo, meh. How you doing? Hope things are okay. I've had a very strong coffee, and it's 1 a.m. I just figured that, you see, because what happens is sometimes I get so excited about seeing my mum tomorrow, which is Thursday in St. Neots. I don't sleep. It hasn't happened for about 4 weeks, but it happens. It does. Sometimes it happens. And because it got to about 1 a.m., maybe a little bit later, and I wasn't feeling tired at all, well, I'll tell you the truth, actually. I'll tell you the truth, which doesn't really involve coffee in such a way, because I had some weed on my table, yeah. And it was just a few crumbs. I mean, most people wouldn't even bother with it because they'd say, oh, well, I'm not getting stoned off that, you know. But it did its job because I smoked it and I could feel something slightly. I could slightly feel something, and it was nice and it was mellow, but really subtle, you know. And so I went next door, yeah, and I scored some weed, and like a young sort of secondary school girl came to the door, and I says, "Have you got any weed?" And she says, "How much?" And I had a tenner in my hand. I just goes, "Tenner," you know, and so she went back inside for a little while, and then she came back out again, and I said, thank you, God bless." And she says, "God bless to me." And what it was, yeah, is that first very, very mild buzz, but it was so relaxing and so nice, just made me think, you know, I could do with like a more pleasant buzz, a more I wouldn't say stronger, because the word stronger really means like really, really hard to handle kind of weird buzz, you know. I wouldn't say stronger, I'd just say more, you know, more mellow, more nice, more, and so I had a coffee as well. I may be completely insane. This is just me expressing myself because I took 2 clonazepams today, yeah, because I had crazy anxiety. And when I have anxiety, people pick on me and they try and topple me over. And it's really traumatic because um, I'm transgender, yeah, and I tend to believe that because I get about 50 comments a day when I've got anxiety, I tend to feel that that is because I'm trans, and they're being mean because I'm trans. They're not just trying to topple someone over who's weak because they've got anxiety, you know. I don't know if I'm out of bounds saying that, but that's how I feel. And I was in bits. I was really in bits because them saying comments that were, some were some were one comment I got was very insane. And getting comments from people who were unstable really, really puts me off balance and makes me very scared and really, really ramps up my anxiety. Um, and I was crying. I was crying before I went in the doctor's. I was crying when I was sitting with Jackie, you know, saying to her that, like, I can't handle this. I can't handle my transition anymore. This anxiety is so bad. It's just getting worse and worse and worse. The more I transition, the worse my anxieties getting, the worse my, oh, the worse my psychosis is getting. Um, I literally, because I've got post-traumatic stress disorder from like nearly dying one time, um, it comes back in the form that like I feel like I'm gonna die. And I've been feeling, because I've had anxiety and I've not been medicated for a long time, I felt like I'm gonna die over and over and over and over again, and it's been getting worse. And the initial trauma was because I was transgender. So subconsciously, that's telling me that if I transition fully into being a woman, I'm going to die. Backed up by all this anxiety, you know. Sometimes feeling that either I'm going to die, I'm going to commit suicide, or someone's going to murder me, and the anxiety is just getting worse and worse and worse. And I was crying and I was saying, like, can I please have just Zoladex or Goserelin, you know, just once a month, not every 3 months, because it's just so hard. I was saying to her, it's just so hard, you know, and I was crying. And she gave me some clonazepam. So I took 2 straight away. The prescription is to take 2 every evening, but she said take 2 straight away. And it's funny because after the clonazepam, when I was in the cathedral, I felt drunk in the way of, like, when I was walking, I was kind of bumping into things off of just 2 clonazepams, you know. But it killed my anxiety 100%. I was totally, totally at peace after having these 2 clonazepams. And so I get back in the evening, and I think it's something to do with the buzz and the addiction of clonazepam, because they are very addictive, that I wanted to smoke some weed. And for some reason, I kind of knew that the weed wasn't going to give me anxiety, because weed can make me feel one of those 3 things, like someone's going to murder me, I'm going to drop dead, or murder me, drop dead, or commit suicide. It can make me feel that way, but because of the buzz of the clonazepam, I just wanted it, really wanted it. And like I say, it was just a tiny little crumb, not enough to get high on, you know. I've run through all that, so, you know, that's fine. Just move that. I'm gonna have to. No, that's fine. Yeah. So that's my story of whatever, really. So I'm making a video stoned, but I couldn't I couldn't really call myself stoned. I could call myself and actually it's relevant because I watched a video by Victor Roddo, and I watched it real good because I was stoned. It seemed to help my awareness, help my consciousness. It's helped me relax. You know, I watched a an episode of something on Sky Go, I watched half of the next one, then I watched the Victor Roddo, and he just made me feel completely relaxed about my transition, about I'm heading in the right direction, there's nothing to worry about. There are higher things at play than just anxiety. Um, I don't know if he's going through the same struggles I'm going through. I don't know. Um, but like I say, I've got the clonazepam to help me with that, and I feel like I'll only need the clonazepam when I really start to freak out, when I'm in that weakened state where people want to topple me over. Because when people see someone who's really confident, who's normally really confident and really together, and they see me in a state with anxiety, they just want to topple me over. And what that does is it just ramps up my anxiety to the maximum, you know. And so I've got my clonazepam, and what I can do is, whenever I've got that feeling where people are trying to topple me over, and that's causing my anxiety to go through the roof, I can just take a couple of clonazepam then, um, and not actually take it before bed every night, because I'm not really into sort of like heavy drugs. I've got a drug called Buspirone, which generally sort of um, keeps the feeling away, but like these moments where like people are trying to topple me are extremely stressful, and it's only those that I am worried about, and they only happen sort of every now and then, so I don't need to take clonazepam sort of like before bed every night, I don't. It's what I was given by the doctor, it's what she expects me to take, but I've got previous experience that it just takes one dose of that to clear my anxiety, and that'll last a few days before it starts coming back. And with the Buspirone, I don't expect it to come back so quick. So I think that's my video. I hope you enjoyed it. Smash that like button if you want to. I'll see you later.